Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is my no spend September update as we are halfway through, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So yes, we're already halfway through the month of September. How mad is that? I swear that the last 2 weeks have just absolutely flown by. But I thought I'd share with you just how it's going, and I know in my initial video I said I would try and do some YouTube shorts, and if you've subscribed to my channel you have seen I've done precisely one of those. I'll be totally honest, I forget to record or film what I'm doing during the day because life isn't particularly exciting. I'm just at work, and so I will get to like tea time and go, oh, I've forgotten to record stuff again, and then so I've done one. So I apologise for that. I did intend to do more of those. I will try for the second half of the month to kind of try and remember, but because I'm not used to filming my everyday life because I feel like it's fairly boring, it just doesn't occur to me, and so we're rushing around and you know I just haven't done it. So I apologise that because I said I would. I will try my best to do this for the second half of the month. However, I thought I'd share with you just how it's going so far. So I've got my budget planner because it's all in here. It's all in here. Now these are in my Etsy shop if you want to get one. I love this. This combined with my cash envelope system and my sinking funds is just my favourite. I wish I'd done this since I was like 21 and had my first job. Anyway, so my no spend aim for September is 22, and then it's just a no spend month. So let's get looking back. So again, if you've not seen this first video about my budget, then feel free to go back. So this is my no spender tracker so far. This is also available as a digital download if you just want to get this bit. So I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've had 11 no spend days in the first 2 weeks of the month. So if my aim is 22, I'm halfway through the month and I'm halfway to my aim of no spend days. So I guess that's a good thing. I actually wanted slightly more. I was hoping for 13 and only having 2 spend days, but as you can see, and so like these ones here were at the weekend. And then this here, I kept having a warning thing on my car saying that the tyre pressure needed checking. So I didn't realise. I now had to pay £1 to get some air for my tyres. So I paid £1 for that, and then I stopped and got some, as you'll see in a second, I'll show them. I stopped and did the tyre pressure, which was interesting in itself because I don't remember the last time I had to do that, so it took me a while. It was just a bit of a faff, and but I did it. I'm fine. It's good. The car now doesn't show me a warning when I'm driving it, which is always a good thing, considering I drive like 50 miles a day to get to work and back. So that was sorted, and then I popped and got some fruit and veg just to top up during the week, and then this one was yesterday. This is the normal food shop and petrol. So if I show you the first week in Halloween, the first week was really good. So all of the week were, oh, I've even forgotten to put them there. These were all no spend days until the weekend. And then, so it was the first week back at school, and during the first week my teacher decided that his school shoes no longer fitted. And I'd only bought them in July because then he did need new school shoes, and naively I thought they'd be fine because surely children's shoes don't go that quickly. Mine never had anyway. But he decided that his school shoes were hurting him, he wouldn't wear them, so on Saturday we had to go and buy him some new school shoes, and they're always expensive. However, bless her, my mum was like, do you know what, I'll buy him new school shoes. You bought everything else, let me buy him new school shoes. So bless her, she paid for those. But I popped at Marks and Spencer food hall because we were next door to Marks and Spencer, paid for the car park, and I also bought some, well, this is clothes, but I put it as household because I don't have a clothes budget. It's a sinking fund, and I don't know whether to change that or not. This is how this works. These kind of things, if you are doing your own finances, you have to do what works for you, but also it can change. So although that's household, and actually to be fair, I'll probably keep it as that now because I filled the rest in. Technically it probably shouldn't be in household because it was clothing items, but I'm doing a no spend month, and yeah. Anyway, that's what I spent. And then on the Sunday I did the normal food shop, so the food shop, some cleaning products and the stuff for the cats. So of course, so Saturday and Sunday last week were both spend days. I tried to only spend one of the days on a weekend, but obviously a weekend is when we're all at home and all doing stuff and all busy. So then you can see there, so then food in the first week I spent £57.76, which is above my target of £45 a week. But I am finding actually that I'm not particularly buying more stuff. Things are just more expensive. So I'm going to be mindful of that. So £57.76. I spent £40 on petrol. That's the norm. 30, like, so this is a household thing. So £23.75. £20 of that it was a clothing item. I don't know whether to keep that in there or not, but I've done it, and so that already in that first week, if you can see there, that's put me over the balance. I'm negative in that balance, which is frustrating. And like I say, I don't know whether I've put it in the right thing, but I spent it. It happened. There you go. Cats £6.75, and then miscellaneous. That was the car parking, £2.20. So most of the categories after week 1, as you'd expect, to be fair, are still in the green. I've got £112 remaining for food, £210 remaining for petrol. Household is minus, so over budget by £13 already. Cats have still got £23 and miscellaneous £17.80. I had 5 no spend days and didn't make any extra income. That doesn't count. This extra income is things like selling on Facebook and things like that. It doesn't count my self-employed stuff because it gets too confusing otherwise. And then I've just put, it's good. It's a good first start, really. It's a good first week. I've not had a week that good in quite a long time, to be fair. And then the second week, so I'm going to explain myself here. So I keep saying how personal finance is personal, and it really, really is. And I get messages all the time going, what do you count as a no spend day? What can I do? And I always reply like, this is what I do. However, it's your personal finance journey. You might want to do something different. What I say, what I would do isn't necessarily what you would do. So on Tuesday I had to get petrol because my petrol light was on. I should have got it at the weekend, but I didn't, and I don't really know why. So I spent £49.76 on petrol. However, if you can read this, I can't tell if you can read that or not. I've said that it's still a no spend day, even though technically I spent money. And here's how I justify this. And again, you might say, but you spent money, that clearly can't be a no spend day. I can't get to work without having petrol in my car. I've already said it, it's about 50 miles, give or take, to get to work and back. If I can't get to work and back, I don't have a job, and therefore I can't pay for everything else. Petrol in my mind is on par with, say, my mortgage payment or my council tax or my water bills. I need that to get to work and to have the rest of my life fall into place. So therefore, petrol is not a spend day for me because I need it. I don't count my mortgage payment as a spend day or my council tax as a spend day. They all come out on the same day, to be fair, most of them. They're necessities that you need to live, and petrol for me is one of those. So yes, technically I spent money because obviously I spent money on petrol. But in terms of my no spend day tracker, it doesn't count because I need that to live. Whereas no spend days, if I go and buy, if I want a takeaway, not that we're having any in September, but if I did, that's not a need, that's a want, and that's the difference for me. So when you're doing your own no spend day tracker, you have to put, but be honest, don't just say, oh, it could be, it might be. The only one that I don't count as a spend day is petrol. Food to count, I need to say, but yeah, but food's a necessity, not in the same way. I know that's confusing. Can you see how personal finance is so personal? Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on about that, but petrol for me is a necessity. I can't have my life like it is without it. So I spent petrol there, but it's still a no spend day. Then this is it on Thursday. I needed the car tyres. I needed air for the car tyres. That was £1. And then Marks and Spencer was like 2 kind of units down from the car garage. So I just popped in there. I got some more fruit because we seem to be going through lots of fruit again at the moment. Bananas and grapes specifically, and I got some, what else did I get? I got some more bread for sandwiches, for packed lunches, and some, I got some of their cookies because they are amazing, let's be clear. So £12 was spent there on food, and not particularly a planned spend, but like I said, this warning light wouldn't go off my car, so every time I was driving I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And actually once I did it wasn't that bad, but it's just one of those things. So I thought, because I'd spent, I might as well go and top up on the fruit and veg that we needed. Didn't need the cookies though, but the boys loved them. And then on Saturday I did the normal food shop, so I spent £44 and 14 pence there, and again I put more petrol in the car because I needed it again, of £44 and 5 pence. And then today, Sunday, as you're watching this, is going to be a no spend day. So this week I spent £56 and 14. So actually both weeks in terms of food, if I just switch back to this one, week 1 was £57, week 2 is £56. I'm finding it more difficult to get to the £45 a week. However, if you can read that, in my food budget, if I want to come in under budget or on budget, if you want to say it like that, I've only got £56 and 10 pence for the next 2 weeks if I want to keep to my budget of that. And I can't really afford to go massively over it, to be fair. So it is going to take some very much hopeful switching around of the freezer and using things and maybe having odd meals for a couple of weeks. To be fair, sometimes the boys really like those kind of meals. In fact, they prefer them to like when I kind of make other stuff, which is always feels a bit, what's the word? It always feels a bit like when I've made something and spent ages making it and they're not that bothered, and then I put some random stuff together and then they're like, oh, this is the best meal ever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I can't think of the word. Please tell me you know what I mean by that. That just sums up children and their eating, I feel. But yeah, so that's going to have to be fairly, I'll be honest, I don't really know how I'm going to make that, but we'll see. Petrol, still got 100, look, I spent £93 on petrol this week. That's insane. I've got £116 left in that budget, and then miscellaneous is still the same. I've had 5 no spend days, and I've just put here the overall thought of the week is that the food budget is looking tight. I have got a lot of stuff in the freezer. I just need to be more mindful of maybe using that up and seeing what I've got. And like I say, I don't feel like I buy, most of the time, I don't feel like I buy things that are ridiculously expensive in the food shop, but things are more expensive anyway. So yeah, so that is what my budget and my no spend September is looking like so far. Like I said, it's not going quite as well as I'd have hoped, but then it's going okay. Does that make sense? So that's the first 2 weeks. I will try my best to get some shorts filmed. I just feel like my life is so boring and mundane that I don't feel like anyone would find them interesting anyway. But I will try and remember. But how is your no spend September going? How are you finding things? Is it going well? Is it going to plan? Is it not going to plan? Let me know down in the comments below how your month is going so far. What are your wins? What are your little things that you think, oh my gosh, this is going so well? Has anything occurred to you during the month? I always find that things it makes you ponder more than just money when you do things like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you again very soon.